Nusatupe Island was originally two islands which were combined into a big airstrip. And at the bottom of that airstrip, we have had a research station for the past 30 years or so. So we used to grow giant clams, sponges, sea cucumbers, pearl oysters, up until about 10 years ago. We had a bunch of conversations with our partners around what should we do with this station. We realized that there's really big demand nationally for a facility to do training and do research at. And so together with our partners, we've evolved what used to be an old research station and mariculture facility into more of a modern innovation hub. The Innovation Hub at Nusatupe recognizes that islands are different to many of the other food systems around the world. There are more people living on islands than can produce their own food. That's one element of it. The other one is that islands consistently top world risk assessments for their exposure to environmental hazards and their vulnerability to address those hazards. There is so much we can learn from islands. In terms of fragility and Earth system boundaries, they are essentially microcosms of our planet. Islands provide examples of what we as humanity on a planet might one day face. So it creates these really unique and interesting opportunities to better understand our global food system. Traditionally, roots and tubers and aquatic foods were really the heartbeat of the Solomon Island food system. You go to markets in Giso or Auki or Honiara, which are the main markets, you will see an abundance of roots, tubers, aquatic foods, vegetables and leafy greens. But then when you come into the shops, you will see almost exclusively imported ultra-processed foods, which are generating quite terrible public health outcomes.
The Solomon Island has gone through what we call a dietary transition. People started to have more reliance on processed foods. We know that they're not so healthy, but when people feel that they're easily accessible and they can keep them longer, they tend to use those kinds of foods. 9
of the top 10 countries in the world for overweight and obesity are Pacific Island countries, and diet-related non-communicable disease is the leading cause of death.
We have communities coming into the Innovation Hub here in Nusatupe where they see the demonstration garden and learn about healthy diets, making sure that a family's diet is it's well balanced, nutritious, and it's diverse.
Globally, there is often a narrative to increase consumption of aquatic foods in order to improve diets. But people in Solomon Islands already eat 73 kilograms of fish per person a year, so it's difficult to imagine how eating a little bit more fish would have a significant impact on the public health outcomes. So we need to cast a bigger net in how we frame our work. That's why we try to do it around island food systems rather than just aquatic foods. One way is to identify the good parts of the food system, what we call the indigenous foods and the traditional food system. And in doing so, we're trying to break down the barriers that often exist between agriculture and fisheries. And we start talking about foods and nutrition and healthy lifestyles. Island food systems can benefit from new innovation and technology, such as that which we are providing here at Nusatupe Innovation Hub. The reason why there's a hub here in Western Province of Solomon Islands is that it's very close to the ground. It's very embedded in the way people live their lives here. We have practical trainings on safe and hygienic handling of fish and ways to think about processing and value adding. Other things are training and demonstration on ways to grow traditional foods, in particular indigenous foods. And we work with multiple partners to set up these training facilities. We host youth interns that learn about how to cut and replant corals, for example. They learn about how to grow certain foods in the garden, and they learn about how to construct fish aggregating devices. So it's a very practical, hands-on facility.
Nusatupe model farm is very important. There are so many people came here and visit. And also we do some trainings here, so people get some ideas from this model farm, then they do their own one.
In the WorldFish garden in Nusatupe, we have a variety of crops that are easily grown in any communities in the Solomon Islands. People who come through our trainings where they express how if it's possible in Nusatupe, it's possible where they come from. It can have impact on many, many households in the Solomon Islands.
We hope that 500 to 600 people will come and visit this place.
In 5 years' time, I think that Nusatupe will be an integral part of the national research and development system in Solomon Islands. It will fill an important role in training, in vocational education, and in demonstration in island food systems.